Hello there, Jon Mendez here again with our how-to series. This one's all about man overboard, but man overboard with a difference. There's only me, so there were two of us on the boat, one's fallen off, I'm the only person left. So how do you do it on your own? So first thing we need to think about is that if our person has fallen off and they're not very happy, first thing we need to know is where's the wind. So if we pop the wind up in this sort of direction, we need to think about positioning the boat so that the boat is between the wind and the person. We tend to call the person Bob. So on this boat, I'm always going to want to be starboard side too. So I need to manoeuvre the boat. However, so I've always got the wind on my port beam and the person on my starboard beam. There's no tide in this at all, no current, no tide, because we're out at sea. So anything in the water will drift on the tide exactly the same. So whatever I'm using, I've got a little person called Bob. Here he is. We've got a little marker buoy, which is about the same size as my head, a bit brighter. And then we've got some chain on the bottom for some weight, so that he doesn't drift. Because it's all about how much windage you've got. So if I'm in a life jacket, there's only this much to be above the water. So there's not a lot of windage, there's an awful lot in the water. On the boat, most of the boat's above the water, so there's much more windage on the boat. So if we position the boat between the wind, Bob, we will drift sideways beautifully onto Bob. That's the plan. So just a few things to think about. Always know where the wind is. So at the moment I've got the wind on the starboard side of the boat, a little bit off the bow. I'm heading pretty much east. Have an idea of your compass heading, because that's always really helpful. And we're going to do this as a manoeuvre exercise, and then we're going to talk through what we might do additionally. So we're just prepping for our Bob. This is Bob, and we're going to give him a good lob. Not going to go madly fast, because we want to be able to judge when we're throwing it, and we want to have a speed that you can take in what's going, but not too mad. Okay, here goes Bob. Okay, over he goes, and the first thing I'm going to do is very gently slow the boat down a little bit. Now it fell off the boat, so it's got to be in my wake. So when I look behind me, there it is, just on the edge of the wake. You can turn the boat upwind. So turning gently upwind. Don't have to do this fast. Right is better than quick. Coming round now, nice little bit of chop. And now I'm thinking about, where's Bob? There's Bob, nicely just off the starboard bow. Where's the wind? Well, the wind's on the port beam, so that's fantastic. And now I need to position the boat nicely upwind and bring the speed right down so that I'm controlling the whole operation. I'm looking for about good 10 metres away. And you might think, well, why do you want to be so far away? Well, the most dangerous thing to the man in the water is the boat. A little bit of a stern now. We're just going to stop the boat abeam of our target. There's our target right there. There's our wind. Our flag's giving our wind direction. And I'm just watching what's happening. And as I look at it now, it appears to be going pretty much into the midships of the boat, which is great at the moment. So now I'm going to leave the helm for just a second. I need to prepare my boat hook, and I might need a line. So let's just stand up and grab the boat hook, extend it as best I can. And now when I look at it, I can see the man's going very slightly astern in relation to us. So I'm just going to have one click of astern. And now I'm just going to position myself ready for collection, but also ready to do the helm if I need. At the moment, I think he's going to drift in really nicely there. We might just need one more little click. So we'll just come in, we'll have one more, and they are literally just a tiny little click. We're going to drift nicely across now. Coming in nicely there. There's my target. Boat is drifting in this manner. There's the wind coming in really quite nicely now, and there's no rush, there's no speed. Just going to lean out with a boat hook. Obviously, if this was a real person, hopefully they'd be face up, and hopefully also their life jacket would have gone off. So once I've got them here, being just a life buoy, I can lift it out. But if it wasn't, I now need to take them to the stern of the boat, and then I'd need to think about bathing ladders or putting a line on them to keep them nice and safe while I organise the ladder. If this was a real person at this point, I'd stop the engine. So I'd tie them onto the boat, stop the engine, and then work out how to get them out. So, nicely secured. This boat's got a lovely little bathing ladder just here, so that would help get our casualty out. Before I brought them and did the ladder, I'd probably kill the engine so I had no danger of anybody getting anything sharp. The props aren't turning, that's just exhaust, but I really need to think about their safety.